welcome to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. I'm Jamie Hara and him over there, Jason Cundy. All right, Jace?
Hello, matey.
How are you?
Look at you.
Good.
Look at you.
All right, kid.
Look at
All
you.
right, kid.
Honestly, mate.
This show's by the fans, for the fans to get phoning in. 03 717 22 3344. Villa's poor start continues. They lost 1-0 against Brentford. They'll be happy with their result today. In the early game, though, three things certain in this world: death, taxes, and Tottenham winning at the Etihad.
Oh,
unbelievable. Yeah. We don't need Eze. We got Brendan Johnson. We're on fire. Man City. What's going on? Shambles from you. Shocking performance. 03 717 22 3344. Elsewhere in the Championship, 7-1 drubbing for QPR at Coventry. Sheffield United bottom after losing 3 out of 3. We'll also keep you up to date. The 5:30 game between Arsenal and Leeds. Watching for talkSPORT, Jake Robson.
Leeds nil. The atmosphere is electric. We've had Eze introduced to the crowd 15 minutes before kick-off, as if things didn't need any more. Madueke was on the ball. He's put a cross straight at Pirot, and he's on the attack now. Calafiori with a cross, and it's cleared away. It's Arsenal nil, Leeds nil.
It's the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Up the Spurs. All right, kid. Oh, what a result.
Did you enjoy that?
What a result. Oh, I loved it, mate. I loved every minute of it. Absolutely brilliant. We always go there and get a result.
Dude, it's remarkable.
Always go there and get a result.
The odd bogey team, right? Spurs v City.
It's outrageous.
Right? How is that? How is that? One of the best sides we've seen ever in this country that won the treble a couple of seasons ago. But Spurs are still the bogey team. How's that work out?
Mate,
even last year you went there with big hands.
We pumped them 4-0, done them today. Honestly, it's getting too easy for us at the Etihad. Honestly.
I don't get it.
Championship. Every time we go there, we just rock up, easy win.
Champions League, whatever it is, whatever competition.
We were good today.
You were good today.
We were good. Thomas Frank, different class.
The Thomas the Frank engine is rocking and rolling. By the way, I thought City were toothless. Really odd performance from them, right? Spurs were good, measured. This is music.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
They were measured. They
I did text Noel, by the way.
Oh, but no,
I did throw out a little message to Noel. And he
can't
said,
rub it in, mate.
Well, he gave me a bit of stick, didn't he? So I thought, you know what? Today's the day. I've got my Oasis clubber. I actually bought this when I went Wembley. And I messaged him, sent him a picture, and he went, "Be careful, son. You might be the last time you see us." Sorry, Noel, but it had to be done, mate. It had to be done. What a day. Be
careful, mate.
What a day for the Spurs.
One of those, mate. You know, it's second game in. Don't worry. Someone will always have the last laugh. And because you're Spurs, normally someone has the last laugh over you.
Yeah.
As I well know.
Listen, everyone's been laughing at us all week, all right? And everyone was digging us out. You coming here with your little clown props and all that, giving it the big and everyone mugging us off. Spurs are rubbish. Spurs are back. The old usual Spurs. And I thought, you know what? Let's see what happens. We go and play Man City today, and let's see how we do. And I tell you what, Thomas Frank, what a gaffer.
No,
what a manager.
Well done.
And he's gone up, and we've just shut every single person up with that performance. Man City, everyone's saying they're back. Man City's back, built a new team.
You never learn, mate.
We were superb.
You never learn.
Spurs were absolutely brilliant.
Jay, you never learn, okay? Why can't you just be humble?
I don't need to be. I'm being humble.
Why can't you just go there and say, yeah, well, good for... Because it's 2 games in, and you're Spurs. You know that result, that trip, that performance, you go flat in your face, is just round the corner.
It's a massive result, though.
It's a great result. It's a
massive result. Just shuts everyone up. Everyone digging us out.
No, they won't shut anyone up, mate. It won't shut anyone up.
Getting, mugged off by Eze and all that, and we just rock up. Brennan Johnson, bang, goal. That's what we do. It's what we do. It didn't even look like scoring.
You know, it's not what you do. That's the whole point. It's not what you do. That's the whole point. It's not what you do.
Well, we do it at the Etihad.
You're doing it at the moment. Fine.
We do it at the Etihad.
Listen, what do you normally happen against Chelsea? What normally happens?
Yeah, we get beat.
By the way, I'm going to say it now. Thomas Frank had Chelsea's number. Thomas Frank, if there's one thing that Thomas Frank that could do on a consistent basis in the Premier League, was get a result. Not all the time, but get a result against Chelsea. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. When do we play? Oh, listen, it's...
Don't worry about you, mate. Let's just worry about the mighty Spurs' performance today. Let's go to Martin. He's a Spurs fan. All right, Mark?
All right, Mark.
Hey, Jace. Lovely to speak to you.
How are you? How are you, Mark?
Good, mate, good. After all the pelters we've had this week, mate, I just thought I've got to give you boys a call. And, yes, we lost out on Eze, and obviously he didn't want to come to Tottenham, but biggest transfer business for us was getting Thomas Frank over the line, because I think what a great acquisition that is to Tottenham. And I loved Ange, but I think the organisation he's brought to that side, I mean, people like Papsar, Bentancur, Paulinho, midfield, he just brings us so much structure. We're a stronger team now. So, much more creativity as well. So,
yeah. Pape Sarr in midfield, by the way.
Richarlison's playing like a new player. So great work from
I have to say, the energy reminds me, of like Liverpool's midfield three when they were flying high. And
no.
Honestly, Let me finish.
Honestly,
Let me finish.
I mean, when they were flying, Liverpool won the Champions League and the Premier League.
Yes, that's what I was saying. But what I'm saying was Spurs' midfield
no shame, you lot.
is reminding me
no
of
shame.
that midfield three who are energy, work hard, give it to the players out wide.
You're now comparing. You're two games in.
I'm just saying, it reminds me a little bit of that midfield
well, then you're comparing.
Well,
you've got no shame, mate.
I'm just
saying.
Got no shame. Today's performance, they played Man City. They're fighting for the title. They're going for the title.
Big Ange won their 4-0.
Yeah, I know, but that performance today felt better than the 4-0.
I agree with you.
That performance, I feel like we can do every week.
Slow down,
Pape Sarr in midfield, Paulinho, absolutely.
You know what? You got no shame, you lot. No shame.
What do you mean?
Just accept it. There's no, you're not humble.
We've won 2-0 away from home at Man City.
It's a great result. But don't start comparing yourself to that midfield for Liverpool under Klopp, who won the Champions League and Premier League.
I'm not comparing it. There's no comparison to be had. I'm just
saying that's what you've tried to do.
Just said it reminded me today of that midfield. I loved watching. That was a great midfield three. Today,
you picked one of the best midfields we've seen in the last decade, and you're 2 games in, now it's reminding you of that. If Klopp could hear this, he'd be phoning up.
Martin, that midfield three today, mate, superb, wasn't it?
Absolutely solid, mate. Yeah, we don't look like conceding, and I think the key for us this season, if we can keep players fit, Van der Ven, Romero at the back. I thought 2 fullbacks were fantastic again today. I mean, Spence hasn't put a foot wrong since coming in at left back. McDoggie's due back, so we've got a good squad. We knew that.
Still need to go and buy players, though, Martin, don't we? Let's be honest.
Definitely need that number 10. Who it will be, I don't know, but as Thomas
number
said,
10. We need a left winger.
By the way, can we just talk about Jed Spence? He's got a chance of being the next England squad, by the way.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's not a natural left back.
No.
But we're not blessed with a huge amount there. Lewis Skelly, obviously. Lewis Hall. Rico Henry from Brentford, who's had a bad injury, who's come back now. He might be in the mix. But don't be surprised if we see Jed Spence in the next England squad.
He's not far off it. I think he can be better. I thought defensively, I think he's brilliant. Oscar Bob, though, today, I have to say, was miles off it. They were poor, Man City. They were terrible.
They were terrible.
Terrible.
I don't... That's a bit
Rico
of a
Lewis,
performance.
Oscar Bob, Trafford in goal. I mean, it's in no man's land after game.
Yeah. Trafford had a tricky afternoon's work. And look, Spurs were excellent. I've only got good things to say about the way they play, but don't start comparing them with Liverpool's midfield.
Let's go to John, who's a Man City fan. John.
All right, kid.
All right, John. How are you?
So for the first half an hour, we was going okay. We was doing okay. Spurs were compact and they kept it tight, but we were creating a couple of chances, a couple of wayward passes, simple balls, very, very simple, straightforward. So a couple of times where they could have just nudged it 5 yards forward and Ireland was pointing for it. No excuses. Spurs did the job, but Thomas Frank's got Pep's number big time.
Yeah.
He created the blueprint of how to beat City when he was at Brentford, the game before the World Cup. Ivan Toney should have scored an hat-trick, and he's like, okay, you have the ball, we'll take the points. That was his sort of philosophy there. But today, I thought Bentancur was the man of the match. He just controlled it. He bullied our midfield. He just bullied us. And we could have been playing till next Pancake Tuesday, and we still... The disappointing aspect for me at half-time, I sit right next to Spurs fans, and I had a decent conversation with them, to be fair, and they were going, we were a bit worried about the second half. I said, well, if there's a next goal in the game, that's got to be majorly important. I said, I think we'll come out and throw the kitchen sink at you for the first 10 minutes. If you survive that, then, we'll see where it takes us. But we didn't do anything in the second half. Like you said, Trafford was playing the sweeper keeper. There was one, I think it was Pape Sarr. He just couldn't get to the ball. I think he just missed it. What was he doing?
I don't know.
But,
I don't know. I feel like he was, I don't know, got flustered.
But everyone's going, City's back after the 4-0 win against Wolves. But sorry, I just want to see how we go for the first half of a dozen games, because it was a good performance by City, but does that not just say how poor Wolves were?
I was disappointed with you today.
My take on it.
I was really disappointed with you. Flat. It was so flat.
Our best player was Nico Gonzalez. I thought he had a great game. Ruben Diaz looks like he's like a tractor turning in treacle. He's too slow. He's way too slow. He's off it, miles off it. John Stones is coming back from injury. He's a Rolls Royce, John Stones.
Yeah,
So when he gets up to speed, when he gets up to speed, he'll be fine. And we've got the dancing feet of Oscar Bob, but like you say, the defenders just stuck to the task today.
Jed Spence, no one beats Jed Spence 1v1. It's rare you see him get done, and I just felt like today, Jed Spence was marking Oscar Bob, and I felt like he just had a cigar on. It was like he just found it easy.
Jamie, it wasn't that. It was overlapping on the attack.
Yeah.
He was offering the free man on the attack.
Yeah, I know.
So he was getting up and down that byline, and he put a shift in. But that said, I thought,
what is it when you play Tottenham that you just absolutely crumble?
But no, he shouldn't. This is what I'm trying to say. And then he switched it about a bit, Pep. But like it didn't make one iota of difference, did it? It really didn't make a slight bit of difference. I thought, and what my most concerning part of all of that was, when your players communicate on the pitch, we was getting the ball nicked off our toes because there was nobody shouting across to the, like your teammate, hey, there's somebody there, man on, or whatever you're going to shout to him. And often Spurs were just poking the ball and then setting up the counter. There's no leaders on that park today for City, not one.
Do you know what? I thought that was a little bit of a worrying performance from a side. A lot of people are tipping to win the title. That doesn't look like the sort of team that's going to go near the title at the moment. I know it's Man City, I know it's Pep, and we have to obviously be very careful because we know how good and brilliant Pep has been, and we know what that squad looks like. But today's performance was a bit of a head-scratcher for me. Spurs, comfortably the best side, comfortably won that game. And even like when there's half an hour to go, the way that Spurs could just controlled the game, the lack of creativity. We saw Reinders last week against Wolves, right? You think, wow, what a player. Hardly mentioned his name. Cherky, hardly saw him. That's a bit of a worrying performance, I would say, from City.
Yeah, it really was. John, listen, mate, thanks for your call. Want to hear from Man City fans, Spurs fans, get involved. Loads to go at today, some big results. 03 717 22 3344. Let's get an update from Jake Robson at Arsenal.
14 minutes played, it's Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. Just a break in play while Martin Odegaard recovers after an absolute clattering by Stack in the centre of the park, and Arsenal are going to have a free kick that Declan Rice is going to float into the box. Couple of good chances for them early on. Odegaard himself with a shot of the right edge of the penalty area, but he dragged it wide past Perry's left-hand post. And incidentally, Omar Bogle has already been booked after 9 minutes for a foul on Madueke out on the Arsenal left. So potentially a long afternoon in store for him. Conversely, on the other side, Goodmanson has managed to handle Saka really well. Every time Saka's cut inside, Goodmanson's been there, and Saka's had to resort to maybe trying to get it in on the other side. He's had a couple of crosses with his right foot from the byline. He's so used to seeing Saka cut in and shoot, but Goodmanson so far, he's been equal to it. 14 played, it's Arsenal 0, Leeds 0.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Let's take a look at the latest odds in a 5:30 game. All thanks to Betfair. Arsenal to win is 7-2 on. The draw is 4-1. And Leeds to win is 10-1. It's all thanks to Betfair 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Mate, are you going to wear those sunglasses all show?
The sunglasses
are they coming off now?
Yeah, I can't see you.
You can't see anything.
I can't see you. I can't see the TVs. I can't see the screen. They have to come off, but it had to be done, innit? Had to be done.
The bucket hat staying on, is it?
The bucket hat might have to stay. It's a good bucket hat. It's a great bucket hat.
Fair enough.
Cost me 40 quid this.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, cost me. Wembley, mate. It's not cheap, man.
No, it's not cheap.
Yeah. Keep your calls coming in when you have your say. 03 717 22 3344. All right, kid. into the Game Day phone-in with me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. We're talking Man City 0, Spurs 2. Pep Guardiola has now lost 10 times to Tottenham in his career. It's unbelievable. Let's hear from both managers, starting with Pep and finishing with Thomas Frank.
Yeah, but when the team decided to play in that way, you had to build up a bit differently, and we didn't do that. I think we miss with the ball, the composure with the ball, the easy balls that we miss. That sometimes happen. But I see good things. I thought the result defined everything, all analysis, but I had the feeling that in certain moments we were better than the result can say.
Great performance in many ways. I thought the first 35 minutes was very even, with City slightly on top. I think the goal shifted the momentum, the first goal. Second half, I thought we were exceptional. I think the way we kept playing, kept pressing, kept being super aggressive. Impressed me a lot. And then we got a clean sheet. Another clean sheet. Last year we only got 6, so there's been a big focus on clean sheets. That's easy, but all the defensive phases are high pressure, aggressive, middle block, what do we do there? Low block, how do we defend the box? Mentality to block shots and stuff like that. So big praise to the boys.
Massive performance from Thomas Frank's team. Let's go to James, who's a Man City fan. All right, James?
All right, Jimbo.
Hey, pal.
Jimbo.
James, how are you?
I'm all right, you?
Yeah, how are you feeling? Terrible performance.
Well, yeah, very terrible performance. But the point that I want to make is Bernardo Silva. Now, Pep Guardiola made a massive point of making him captain this year, because apparently last year the players chose Kyle Walker and they weren't happy with it. So he's made Bernardo Silva captain. And just before the kick-off at Wolves, Bernardo Silva took all the team over to the away fans and he's applauded them. Now, I've not seen that before, so I'm thinking he's up for it this year, Bernardo. He's really up for it. He had a bad season, as we all did last year, and we go and win 4-0. Albeit against Wolves, fair enough, but it's a 4-0 win. And then he goes and drops him. And he comes on today, and he looks like a shadow of the player he did against Wolves. He weren't running. His first 3 passes he gave away, as a lot of players did today. But I'm thinking, why do you have to change a winning team? You've won 4-0 in your first game of your season, and then you go home against a Tottenham side who I think are going to do well this year, and he changes it. Why?
Well, they don't drop players now. They rest them, don't they? And Bernardo Silva's of a certain age. I hear you. I hear you.
Doesn't need to drop Bernardo Silva yet, though, does he? In terms of resting him.
You don't drop Bernardo Silva. You rest him.
Yeah, but he's your captain. He's your captain.
Yeah, if he's your captain, I hear you.
You've made him captain for a point, and last week he played 70 minutes. He runs about as he does every game.
Jimbo, can I ask you this? Pep Guardiola over the years, whether he's been at Bayern or City, Barca, he sometimes kind of overthinks games. And I just wonder whether Spurs are one of those games that he perhaps overthinks things, makes decisions like you're phoning up and saying that's a strange. I just wonder, that's in his managerial style, though, isn't it? He can sometimes get those things wrong.
It is, but I think that's one of the reasons why he's brought this lad in from who was at Liverpool. He's sort of the guy now that's going to just make you think, hang on a minute, Pep. No, don't overthink this. Let's just play it simple. We've got the players here, and Bernardo Silva, if he'd have started today, he'd have ran his socks off. You can do it for an hour and then bring him off.
Got overrun in midfield today massively. I couldn't believe how lacklustre you were in midfield.
All over the pitch, mate. All over the pitch.
Yeah.
Every one of them do slipping about, not getting control of the ball, falling over. I can't believe how many players give the ball away. I mean, it was schoolboy stuff. It really was. But saying that, hats off to Tottenham. They did a job, as they always do against us. But I'll give you this, Jamie. They're going to be a good team this year.
We look organised. Do you know what I mean? Like last year, we went there, we won 4-0, and it was an amazing performance. But then we go and get beat. I just don't know if that's going to happen this season. I feel like we're going to be more consistent because of the style of play. I think we had 40% possession. Do you know,
I thought you played better today than you did last year.
Yeah.
When you won 4-0.
I kind of no.
Very different.
But you've got a thinker. Yeah. You've got a thinker now. We're in the team. He's a football man. He thinks about things. He's tactical.
Yeah.
He's changed his formation from the back, from 5 at the back against big teams, and then 4. He's changing it. And he's got a few good players in there that are going to be underdogs this year, who are going to come through and be good ones.
Yeah, it's looking that way. It really is. James, listen, mate, thanks for your call. Let's go to James. He's a Spurs fan. All right, James.
All right, Jimbo.
Has anyone seen Jason the Clown Cundy? How you doing, gentlemen?
I'm all right, mate.
Jimbo.
I'm all right. Happy days for us today, right? Everyone's tried to mug us off all week, and we've come in with that.
Yeah. You know what? I put money on Eze going to Arsenal because it was mentioned weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was never happening until it happens. And it didn't surprise me when it happened. I had a lot of my mates who are Arsenal fans giving me a ribbon, just took it because I knew it was always going to be that way. And when you look at the way we performed today against Man City, who, by the way, know how we perform against them. So when you talk about Rodri not starting and Bernardo Silva, like the other fellow, just the Man City fan phoned up and said, why didn't he start him? He should have started him. He knows how Spurs play against them. They always get they got their heads up and they're up for it against City. It doesn't happen against a lot of other teams, but it always seems to happen against City. And Jason, you dug poor Jamie out the other day with Eze, and now you're saying it's only 2 games in. But a couple of days ago, everyone was applauding Man City for dashing Wolves 4-0. It's Wolves, and look how poor they've been.
Yeah, look, you're never really going to know what kind of result it is against a certain team until you see them play against other teams. All right, and I think that
we're going to start giving it. It's 10. We've got to wait 10 games, have we?
I think we have to, Jay.
Oh, is it the old 10-game one that you?
Well, look, okay. Let me ask you this, right? When Big Ange turned up in his first 10 games, what happened?
It was unbeaten.
Right. Okay. So, let's... he didn't lose a game in his first 10, right?
No, it was top.
18 months later, he got a tin tank.
Yeah, Spurs seem to start well, though. And it's when the games come thick and fast. That's the problem. When the Champions League starts, when players are going to pick up injuries, because then most likely they do. The start of the season, we normally have our best side available. So when we start losing a few, then that's where problems... That's why Daniel Levy, James, he has got to see that performance now and go, right, if I can add 2 or 3 top players to this side who are going to make a difference.
He's not thinking that, is he? No, he's thinking, he's going, I don't need to add 2 or 3. That's what he's not thinking like you.
That's what I worry about.
Jamie, you know that. Our motto is to dare is to do. That's what Levy needs to do, mate. He needs to dare, and he needs to do. He needs to get on it. He needs to put his money out.
It's a bad motto, though, isn't it?
Dare is to do nothing.
It's a terrible motto.
He's got to. He can't sit there and think. If he sits there now, Daniel Levy, and thinks, well, I tell you what, that's a good team we got there. Brennan Johnson, good players. You got Bergvall coming off the bench. If he starts thinking that, my head's going to go. Right, because we've played really well today and we've won against a team that we normally always do. For some reason, we're their bogey team, but consistently, but we have got to sign players. We have to sign players. And now's the perfect opportunity because we look strong. So a good player like, a Savinho or, someone that we're after goes, well, I'll tell you what, actually, that's a decent project. I like Thomas Frank. He knows what he's doing. This is a good side. I want to be part of it. Look at the way they're playing. That's why Daniel Levy has got to go and sign 2 or 3 players straight away.
Now's the time. And Jason, you talk about it's only 2 games in. Yep. We can't be talking about anything yet. I'm going to say 2 words to you. West Ham.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they are bad.
They're terrible.
They are bad. I want to hear from West Ham fans.
Is it too early? Is it too early to say anything yet? I mean, I've got a few mates who are West Ham fans, and I've not dug them out at all. But is it too early to say anything about West Ham yet?
Well, of course it is. We can all have an opinion on it, and at the moment they look doomed, right? But who knows what's going to happen with Nuno Espirito Santo, right? If he leaves Forest, right, which from what we can understand might happen, all of a sudden he becomes available. Potter continues like this, and they bring Nuno in, so things can change. But I ain't got a crystal ball. But right here, right now, you do need to see. I'd say minimum 8 games to have a flavour and a feel about what this team looks like, how they're operating. At the moment, all things for Spurs look good. But don't forget, it wasn't that long ago you threw away a 2-goal lead in 85 minutes. Was it?
Absolutely. And you know what? Up until the last seconds today, that's what I was thinking. Come on, just hold it together. And they did.
Well, maybe
and you know what? Yeah. Fair play. Listen, lads, you two are great on the radio together. Don't change.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
James, top man.
Weekend, bud.
Let's get an update at the Emirates. Jake Robson.
29 minutes played. It's Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. The Gunners on the attack, but the ball runs away and out for a goal kick. Noni Madueke out on the left-hand side. He's had a bit of a stuttering start to his Arsenal career, brought into the starting lineup today. The best chance of the game so far, no doubt about it, came on 20 minutes when Pascal Struijk rose highest with a bullet header from a close range from a corner that Raya managed to parry over. He made more saves than any other goalkeeper last week on the opening weekend, David Raya. He's made a goal-saving one here it for sure. Leeds could very well be a goal up. Apart from that, Arsenal, they've spluttered really so far in the opening half an hour. Odegaard has had a chance early on that his shot that he dragged wide from the edge of the penalty area. He's also been down twice, needing treatment. Looked like he was going to be substituted, but he managed to shake it off. And Madueke with a cross early on that the goalkeeper collected, and that's really as good as it's been. And as for the main man, Victor Gyökeres, he's barely had a sniff so far. Will that change? 30 minutes played, Arsenal 0, Leeds 0.
Right, keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 33 44. You're going to hear next from Unai Emery following Villa's loss at Brentford.
We start with an interesting admission from Nuno Espirito Santo this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not so.
There's been a goal at the Emirates. Shea Robson.
34 minutes on the clock. It's Arsenal 1, Leeds 0, and guess what? It's another corner. Jurrien Timber with a header from 6 yards out. A really good header into the far corner. The goalkeeper, Lucas Perry, absolutely no chance. But again, it's another Arsenal corner. They got a goal from a corner last week against Manchester United. This now their 32nd goal in the Premier League from a corner since the 23-24 season. It's more than any other side It's basically the only way they know how to score, but they won't care. They're in dreamland so far. They managed to pick up from a fairly lacklustre start in this match. They won't care though. Set piece is going to win it. They'll take that. 34 played. It's Arsenal 1, Leeds 0.
Yeah, you are listening to GameDay Phone In. Me, Jamie and Jason Cundy. A reminder of today's Premier League results. Early kick-off finish, Man City 0, Tottenham 2. That was live and exclusive on talkSPORT. 3 p.m. Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0. Burnley 2, Sunderland 0. Brentford, they beat Aston Villa 1-0 on 5:30 games just heard. 1-0 to Arsenal. 03717 22 3344 to have your say in all them games. EFL as well, some massive results happening there. Sheffield United have an absolute stinker. I want to hear from Sheffield United fans. Plus, we're asking this hour, which new player chant you've either heard in the stands or trying to get off the ground this season? Nicky, the Tottenham fan, was in touch earlier this week.
That's why I'm Eze. Oh, I'm Eze like Sunday morning. That's why I'm Eze.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's a Spurs fan. Yeah, didn't quite go to plan that one, did it? Because he's signed for Arsenal. Anyway, 03717 22 3344. You can WhatsApp us, voice note us on the number. It's a GameDay phone in on talkSPORT. Right, let's hear from Aston Villa manager Unai Emery. He spoke to the Moose following today's 1-0 defeat at Brentford.
Your team had a lot of the ball in and around the penalty area. I felt at times when they could have shot more. Did you feel that from the sidelines?
It depends. If we are shooting and not scoring as well, it's a problem. Sometimes we need to shoot, we need to do passes, we need to cross, but we did. For example, the last cross we did, and Watkins was so close to head it, maybe it was a draw. But we tried. I can't tell nothing there about the players. Of only the first 20 minutes, I think some players they need to get their rhythm sooner than they had, and trying as well to be more intense in the match. And then when you are losing 1-0, of course, and then you are reacting, you are trying, but it was not enough.
And am I right that last year when you brought in Asensio and Rashford during the January transfer window, you created so much more competition for places? Is that what you need to do the next 9 days? Bring in what? Because I looked at you on the sidelines and I thought at times you were looking like a man who thinks, what have I got? And
we are competing in the transfer window. We are competing, and we are trying as well to have in the last 10 days for the transfer window some circumstances maybe we can get and improve and help us in the squad, but we will clarify this week about it, and of course move on and try to build the team, because we are building the team during playing matches and trying to compete. And we compete last week, we compete today, but last week was not enough. We draw. Today we compete, but was not enough, and we need more. And of course, now our challenge is Crystal Palace at home on Sunday. Try to play as better as possible and clarify how it's finishing the transfer window for us.
Yeah, Unai Emery speaking after the game. I want to hear from Aston Villa fans. Come on, phone us up. 03 717 22 3344. Terrible performance from them, by the way. Absolutely shocking.
Indeed. And Keith Andrews, congratulations to him, by the way, his first Premier League win as manager. And they should have had 2 goals. It's a terrible, terrible decision to disallow. I think was it the Norsgaard?
Yeah, Martinez, yeah. So it's bang out of order. It's never a foul.
No, it's not.
Never a
no,
foul.
It's not his fault. It's the official's fault. VAR should have intercepted. It was a terrible, terrible decision.
VAR again.
But here's the thing, because it was Damsgaard, because the game went Brentford's way, there's no consequence because they win it. If they draw or drop points or lose or anything like that, that's when the conversation becomes a big piece.
Yeah.
But it's a terrible, terrible decision.
Yeah, it really is. I want to hear from, obviously, lots of Premier League fans phoning in today, but we've got to discuss a bit in the EFL. Coventry, they won 7-1 against QPR. Frank Lampard ripping them to shreds. Let's go to a QPR fan, Jack. He was at the game, right, Jack?
Right, Jackie,
how are we, dear? You all right?
Yeah, Jack, how are you feeling? I mean, that was a disgrace.
Yeah, I've been better, to be honest with you. Thankfully, I was leaving at 4-0. And when we was walking out, my little brother said, it's gone 5-0 now, so made the right decision.
So you left you started to leave your seat at 4.
It was 4-0 about half hour in.
By the time you left the ground, it was 5.
That's it, yeah. We walked down at 4-0, went, we'll have a beer.
Yeah.
and then we'll stay. And time he got a beer, it went to 5. So
where did you go?
Went back to the train station to come home.
So what time did you get your train? Was the game still playing? I'm guessing it was when you got your train home.
Literally, we was walking to the train station when it got to half time. I've literally just got back to my local pub now.
Good decision then, wasn't it?
It was a brilliant decision, and the thing is,
7-1.
It's heartbreaking, really, because I've gone home and away since I've been about 4 years old. So
poor you.
And I've seen some horrible results, but I think today was the worst of the lot.
And it was Frank Lampard as well. That's got to hurt, Jackie boy.
Yeah. Do you know what the worst thing is? Like all my pals are saying to me, "Oh, what do you reckon the score's going to be?" And I said, I think we're going to lose about 3 or 4-0 today." But by what was it, 35 minutes? I think it was 4-0 down. I really didn't see that coming.
What's happening with QPR though? Because I thought they'd done all right towards the end of last season. You got yourselves out a bit of trouble.
You know what? It's hard because obviously we lost Marty and he wanted to go, so there was a bit of trouble behind the scenes there. And then we've got this Julian Stefan that's meant to have an half-decent record. And I could just see it the way that we played against Watford in the first half last week. We was dreadful. We was absolutely abysmal. And then second half was a little bit better, but today it was just the way that Coventry are obviously playing and how they finished last season. It was inevitable.
Oh, Jack, well, listen, at least you got out there.
He's home now. He's home.
He's home.
Where are you going tonight, Jack?
I'm in my local pub already, and I don't think I'll be leaving here till 2, 3 in the morning.
Fair play. Jack, enjoy yourself. Be safe. Let's go to Owen. He's a Coventry fan. All right, Owen?
All right, lads. How we doing?
I'm all right, Owen.
Super Frankie Lampard.
Super Frankie Lampard, mate. Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, obviously this morning we had the announcement about the stadium, about how we bought it. And I just think the players went off that because the fans were bouncing today.
Yep. Well, your future's secure, it would appear, and now you've got to do it on the pitch. You've got the stand and the stadium, and the fans are sorted out now. If Frank can replicate anything like when he came in, I think did he come in around about October, November of last year? I seem to remember. If he could do anything like he's done in the 8 months or 7 months that he had, you guys are going to cause a lot of teams a lot of problems.
I think a lot of people over the last few years, yes, we've been up and coming. We've had 2 playoff campaigns. We've had 1 FA Cup semi-final, as you know. But today, we don't score 7 in the league. We don't score 7. It's been over, 20 years since we put that many away. We rarely ever get 5 or 6. So putting 7 away against a team, like you were saying to the previous caller, QPR were half decent last season. Yeah. So it's like, what's gone there has really affected that club. And we should never be scoring 7 against this lot. But it's the fact the players were clinical. Haji Wright is on it. Mason Clark's on it. Thomas Asante is finally showing what we bought him for as well. And Rodoni, what a peach of a 7th by Rodoni. I'm absolutely buzzing, lads. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, fair play. You're going to cause teams problems, that's for sure. Owen, thanks for your call. Well, let's go to David. He's a Sunderland fan. All right, Dave?
Right, Dave-O.
How we doing, bro?
I'm all right.
All right, mate. A bit of a reality check today?
How we doing? I've just our way back, pal.
I mean, look, superb at home last week, but today, playing against a team who's come up as well, disappointing?
Swings it roundabouts, doesn't it? At the end of the day, I'm only ringing is to all the who's the day. Take the rough and the smooth. Yeah, we beat West Ham 3-0. Fair enough. Hell of a game. Beat them 3-0. They're in the stands today, booing them. Like, not booing them, but like humming and hawing. I'm like, come on, we're in the Premier League now, man. Hit the rough.
Yeah, your line's not great, Dave.
I think I'm getting the flavour from Dave, and
he's not happy with the fans.
No, apparently some of the fans were booing. I think he said there that
you can't be booing. I mean, come on.
No, and the only thing I will say is that when you play against a side, this time last season, this was the Championship game, right? You're playing. They will be fighting for the same positions.
Yeah,
that's not a great result for them at all.
No,
that's not a great result.
If you play that game after you've played 30 games and you lose 2-0, I guarantee you that's. It's like a 6-pointer.
Yeah. Well,
so
it might turn out to be that way. Dropping points against a team that come up.
Yeah, no, but Burnley were were better than them last season, right? Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean?
They were. They were.
There's no given right to say that Sunderland, all right, they beat West Ham. Look how bad West Ham are. They put in a great performance, but you've got to be behind them this season.
Of course.
You've got to back the manager, you've got to back the team, and I guarantee you, probably they're going to lose over 50% of their games.
Oh, guaranteed, mate. Yeah. Guaranteed they're going to be dropping points in, at least, you would have thought.
So you've got to go there, home and away, and you just got to back them regardless.
It's a great result for Burnley, just to get the season up and running.
Yeah, it really is. All right, you can have your say on it. 03717 22 3344. I want to hear from Aston Villa fans today. Poor performance from you. Wolves as well. It's been a terrible start to the season. Spurs fans, Man City fans, get involved in the show. You know what to do. 03717 22 3344. Another goal at the Emirates. Jake Robson.
47 on the clock. It's Arsenal 2, Leeds 0, and surely game over. Saka smashing in just from the right of the 6-yard box. Timber with the assist. Lovely ball through to the Arsenal wide man, and there he was with about 7 yards out. He smashed it past Lucas Perry. I have to say, the goalkeeper, all he did was he sort of stuck out an arm and watched the ball go past him. I feel he should have done better, and that is the half-time whistle. Arsenal with the lead. Timber himself with the first goal, a header from another corner. Declan Rice swinging it in, and Timber was there with a glancing header across Perry after 34 minutes. And just in the added time of the end of the first half, Saka doubling the lead. You'd have thought it was all over. It was Arsenal's just their second shot on target of the game. 2 shots on target, 2 goals. It's a simple game. Arsenal 2, Leeds 0.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Let's take a look at the latest odds in the 5:30 game. All thanks to Betfair. Arsenal to win is 100-1 on. The draw is 25-1, and Leeds to win is 150-1. It's all thanks to Betfair 18+. BeGambler.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Now, before this game, Arsenal unveiled Eberechi Eze in front of their fans, as well as the usual social media video. This is what they put on X.
A question not intended to require an answer. Because some things don't need saying. Do you want to create? Do you want to excite? Do you want to raise levels? Raise hairs? Raise the roof? Do you want to write a legacy? Some things don't need saying, but we say them anyway. Do you want to realize those dreams? Do you want the Arsenal?
Obviously. What have I just watched there? Seriously, what am I watching? Cundy. What am I watching?
No one does cringe like Arsenal.
Honestly, mate, what is that?
No, it's the way of the world, mate.
It's embarrassing, mate. Righty should know better as well. Come on.
I love Righty.
I know everyone loves Righty, but what is that?
It's I don't know. It's just what it's the modern world, mate. It's social media now. It's where it all goes off. By the way, what a signing!
No,
what signing? Don't start getting all bitter.
No, he's a good player.
Don't start.
No, he's a good player.
Right, but listen,
he ain't messy. Do you know what I mean?
No one's messy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come
messy.
on, he's a decent player.
He's better than
bigging him up like they've signed Erling Haaland.
Mate, he's better than decent. But these videos, and they're not alone, Arsenal, but some that cringe about Arsenal.
It's just embarrassing.
They do cringe well. That's what I'll say about Arsenal. They do cringe really well. They know how to do it.
Yeah.
So, it's what they do. They do cringe. Whinge and Cringe FC. That's who they are.
Well, we didn't need him today because Spurs won 2-0 against Man City away from home. Unbelievable performance from us. Let's take some calls on that. Go to Louis. He's a Spurs fan. All right, Louis?
All right, Louis.
You're right, gents. How are you?
I'm all right, bud. How are you?
I'm very happy, to be honest. I called you last week and Cundy was obviously like, oh, it's just Burnley. Very different performance today. It's the first time, I think, since Poch's days that we've seen a team with a structure and a plan that they actually executed. And I think hats off to Frank and his coaching staff, because the adaptability he's shown in the 3 competitive games we've had, he's really shown how much better than Ange he actually is. But I'm not calling about the performance. I'm actually calling because even though things were going well, 2-0 up away at City, and the players performing well, what I really like today is that even when things are going, the fans still made it very clear how they feel about Levy. And my concern is that Frank has shown in 3 games, yes, it's 3 games, that we've got a very tactically astute manager here, that if you give him the ingredients, I think we can be quite successful. Now, the problem I've got is once, games start coming thick and fast and we're playing 2-3 times a week, if we do get some injuries, he isn't being backed. We signed Kudus and we signed Paulinho on loan, and they're 2 players that have elevated the quality of our starting 11. But I feel like he's being left short. And we've missed out on 2 of his top targets, Morgan Gibbs-White, Eze. Obviously, Eze, with the Arsenal links, I think it was always known that he was holding on for Arsenal to come in. But the optics of it, him going to Arsenal, it's just really not good enough. And, we're very reactionary in the market. We're not a proactive team, Eze, they accelerated the talk supposedly once Havertz got injured. Well, Maddison got injured, 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Kulusevski's out till January, and there's no sign of us really signing an attacking midfielder, bar some, links.
Well, look, we'll see, won't we, Louis? But he's going to have to. He's going to have to do it, Daniel Levy. He can't leave this team the way it is. We will sign someone. Who that is, I don't know. But I do believe that Daniel Levy will get 2 players over the line. We've got, 10 days, 9 days left of the window, wherever it is. So there is time. But you can't get away from the fact that that team performance today was absolutely fantastic. And you keep that team fit, it's a good team.
100%.
And Pape Sarr, we say we need a number 10. I mean, Pape Sarr today in that kind of role was absolutely fantastic.
I think Pape under Frank is going to go far beyond what we expect of him as a player because he's got all the attributes, but he doesn't. He's an engine, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to compare him to Kante, but he's that type of player. He gets about the park. He can run for 90 minutes, but can he play intricate through balls into the wingers? I'm not so sure.
No, he's a different type. He's a different type of player, isn't he? He's
Exactly.
energy. He's energy.
And I'm just concerned that we saw it last season. We were left really short. We were bare back home. And Archie Gray, bless him, is a centre midfielder, a centre back, and right back for 6 months of the season. I'm just concerned that when the games start coming, because we play with this really high intensive play, the style of play, high press, don't let opponents breathe. I'm just concerned that we might be left short, or Frank will be left short.
Yeah,
and
if we get injuries, we're in big trouble. Simple as that. We have to sign players. Louis, listen, mate, I'm going to go to GJ. He's a Spurs fan. All right, GJ?
All right, GJ.
How you doing, chaps? We good?
I'm all right, GJ. You happy? I mean, were you going to start digging out Levy or what? What's going on?
Well, do you know what? I was going to talk about the team, and I just want to say that last caller was it Lewis?
Louis, yeah.
Yeah, he was absolutely spot on about Levy, by the way. I mean, he's just so tight. Levy's the sort of guy he'll have a tin of baked beans on. That was a brilliant counter-attacking performance, wasn't it? I mean, that midfield, Sarr, Bentancur, but for me, Paulinho was man of the match, weren't he?
It's a good acquisition, by the way. I don't quite know what happened to Bayern Munich. I mean...
Well, he fancied someone else, didn't he, in midfield? He just wasn't playing him.
Yeah.
He's a good player, mate.
He is a good player.
Brilliant player. It's a great signing. Well, I know he's on loan, but I would already try and make that move permanent.
At Fulham, he was outstanding.
Yeah.
A number of teams chasing him. Who nearly signed him? And he ended up signing a new contract, went to Bayern. But great acquisition. Like, the Spurs done well. It's move forward with this because there's encouraging signs. As I said before, there's a different Spurs. It's measured. It's calculated. Yeah. It's not off the hoof. It's not throw men forward. It's not overcommit. It's not do things where you leave yourself completely sparse at the back. And Man City, that's a great result. And City today they were second best pretty much all over the pitch. They didn't really look dangerous, did they?
Didn't look
they had
dangerous
one or
at
two
all.
moments, but not a lot.
No,
not a lot.
Didn't look dangerous at all.
Absolutely. I mean, like Frank, he didn't make the mistake he did against in the Super Cup where he took Paulinho off for Gray. He kept him on the pitch today. You could tell this performance was for me, it was a much better team performance than last season when we thumped them 4-0 because if you look at that game 4-0, we should have been 2-0 down before Maddison scored.
Yeah.
It was helter-skelter, classic Spurs. Yeah. Hoping City missed sitters. But today it was measured. My only issue is when we come against a park bus, like at home, one of these teams who lock up shot well, you need a player like a number 10. Obviously, we missed out on Eze, we missed out on Gibbs-White. I think we should go for Lucas Paqueta.
Really? Take another West Ham player.
Yeah, not good. If they sell him, then that's them basically signing themselves up for Championship football next season.
That's not happening.
No,
that's their own problem. I mean, let's be honest, right? He's a
That's their own problem. They're not going to. I mean, if they sell Paquetá, honestly, there'll be riots, absolute riots. They can't sell that player. That's you need.
Right.
Got it.
Look. In the out, right? Imagine you're Lucas Paqueta, right? You want to get in the Brazil squad. There's a World Cup next summer. Right. You're not going to get in the World Cup squad.
Sorry, GJ, you've not listened to what we said. They're not going to sell him. Have this conversation with Sullivan. Go on. You imagine going to Sullivan. Look, he wants to play in the World Cup. What's Sullivan going to say to you?
Well, they sold us Kudus, right? And this is where Levy's got off to shell out. That guy, he is ready-made for, he's 27 years old. He's a player of great quality.
GJ, get him out of your head. We ain't signing Paqueta, mate. Wake up. Bang your head against the wall. Seriously, it ain't happening. West Ham are in absolute dire straits.
Pipe dreams.
Yeah, you are living in cuckoo land if you think they're going to sell Paqueta. They need to keep hold of their players right now. They ain't letting him go. There'll be riots outside the ground. It ain't going to happen. They need to sign a number 10. I understand what you're saying. We need to get someone over the line. It ain't going to be him.
If I said to you at the beginning of this transfer window, I said we're going to sign Mohamed Kudus off West Ham, you'd be saying give your head a what, right? But it happened.
No, right? But that was at the beginning of the season, and I think they wanted him out. They were happy to let him go because he had a poor season, and I think he was ready to move. They ain't going to let Paqueta go. They're bottom of the league.
That's their own problem for poor players.
Yeah, I know. That's their problem. They've got to keep their best players. They've realised that they're in big trouble. They're not going to let him go.
All right, I tell you what, GJ, right? 110 million, you can have him. All right?
I reckon 90. 90
Oh,
gets
mate.
him. 90
GJ,
fair.
you're talking absolute garbage, mate. Honestly, stop talking waffle.
No, listen, you're right. You need a Paqueta type of player. You need an Eze type of player, Gibbs White type of player. Yeah, but I think Jay's right. West Ham, it's committing suicide. It's basically signing up the Championship next season. And West Ham are up against it already. If they sell their most creative player, what do you think's going to happen to West Ham? They've got
Look, Lucas Paqueta deserves Champions League football. He's going to be playing Championship football.
You're not listening to us, are you? You're just not listening to us.
Yeah,
what do you mean deserves it, right? Next season.
Hand in a transfer request. You deserve better than that. That's all I'm saying.
GJ, listen, mate, thanks for your call. It ain't going to happen. As much as you might want it to happen, it ain't going to happen.
I mean, look, if it did, honestly, West Ham.
It's pipe dream.
I heard some of them last night on the weekend, Sports Bar weekend.
I feel sorry for Jared Bowen. He's one who actually deserves a move. He deserves a move.
But he's got Danny Dyer there. Yeah, got him in a headlock, hasn't he?
He's got him in a headlock, Danny Dyer.
Yeah, you're going. One Danny Dyer that side, one Danny Dyer.
He's got two Danny Dyers around him. I don't know. Is it worth a divorce, that? I don't know. Get out of there. Don't know, you know. Play for West Ham at the moment, mate.
Well, if they get relegated.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah,
he's gone. He should.
I think Danny will say you can go now. So God, you've done your best.
Right, come on, Danny. Yeah. Release him from his misery. Keep your calls coming in. 03717 223344. Wolves fans, one win in your last 23 games in August. A bit of a nightmare start for you again. Villa fans, transfer negativity, disappointment of missing out on Champions League knocked out this season. So look, what's going on? EFL fans as well. You have your say. 03717 223344.
We start with an interesting admission from Nuno Espirito Santo this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not so close. It's not on a daily basis. So, yeah.
Is that a good thing, though? Or?
No, it's not good. It's not good. I think everybody at the club should be together.
This on the same day that reports in Italy suggest owner Evangelos Marinakis is considering parting company with the Forest boss. Those rumours have been rubbished to talkSPORT, though. Meanwhile, talkSPORT has
You are listening to the Game Day phone on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Horan, Jason Cundy. Is 2-0 to Arsenal. That game's just kicked off in the second half. We'll keep you up to date with Jake Robson. But time now to discuss some of the main topics of the day. All thanks to Betfair.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Yeah, ahead of Forest's trip to Crystal Palace tomorrow, Nuno Espirito Santo has been talking very openly about his increasingly distant relationship with owner Marinakis.
Look, I always had a very good relationship with the owner. Last season was very, very, very close, almost daily basis. This season, not so well. But I always believe that dialogue and what you say or your opinion is always valid, because my concern is the squad and the season that we have ahead of us. But our relations has changed.
It's changed?
Yeah, it's not so close. It's not on a daily basis. So, yeah.
Is that a good thing, though? Or?
No, it's not good. It's not good. I think everybody at the club should be together, but it's not the reality.
Well, I mean, look, that's a big statement from Nuno to come out and say that publicly. What did you make of that? talkSPORT understands. We've got to go to Jake Robson. There's another goal.
48 minutes on the clock. It's Arsenal 3, Leeds 0, and it's goal number 1 for Arsenal's number 1 up front, Victor Gyökeres, his first since arriving, and I have to say it was worth the wait. A fantastic bit of solo play from the front man. He's beaten 1, 2, 3 Leeds players out on the left. He's cut inside and he's smashed it past the Leeds goalkeeper Lucas Perry from close range. Goalkeeper flat-footed. If he was perhaps at fault for the second goal, nothing he could have done about this. Brilliant stuff. A nice bit of play from Arsenal. A well-worked move that resulted in a sort of hoof ball forward from Calafiori. And he had still quite a lot to do, Gyökeres, out on the left-hand side. He's one-on-one with Strike. He cuts inside and smacked it past the goalkeeper. The crowd have gone berserk. David Raya was going berserk in his own goal as well. Lift off for Gyökeres. It's Arsenal 3, Leeds 0.
Yeah, good goal to be fair to him. Shocking.
It's a nice finish. He does well. I mean, he dances through the Leeds defence there. He's a powerful boy. Gets his shot, goes near post. But do you know what? These Arsenal fans, when they're doing the Gyökeres celebration, they're all doing that.
What is it?
Honestly, putting their hands over their face. Cringe FC again. They're so cringe, Arsenal. No one does cringe like Arsenal. Honestly, they don't. Credit to them. They're top cringers. They are.
Top cringers. Look, going back to Nottingham Forest, I feel for Nuno because he's been open and honest in the interview. He's fell out with Marinakis. I would say fell out, but they're not talking. talkSPORT understands maybe that Ange is in the pipeline potentially to take over if he does leave. I think they'd be absolutely crazy to get rid of Nuno.
Well, my understanding from what I know, and again, you only know as much as you can be told, but he's fallen out with Edu. He and Edu do not see eye to eye. And Marinakis brought Edu in from Arsenal, right? So he is very much part of the recruitment, very much. So they signed Douglas Luiz. From what I also know is that is not a Nuno signing. It's an Edu signing, right? So if you're bringing in someone to sign the players who's going to oversee everything, the manager has to at some point get on board. So from what I know, he's fallen out with Edu. We've fallen out with Edu, and then Marinakis has also that press conference there. Nuno's asking for the sack.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think he wants out. I think
really?
He knows the situation he's in. He's not stupid. He's been in the industry long enough. He's probably, for it to get public and for him to come out and say, we don't get on anymore, we don't talk like we used to, it's only going to get worse. And the fact that we're now hearing that Nuno is looking at other managers, and I believe Marco Silva is also another manager that they're interested in. So once you hear that, this is not going to end well. It's not good. Well, it's going to end with, I think, Nuno getting the sack. That's why I made that point to the West Ham fan or whoever it was earlier. If Potter continues down this route of delivering performances like we saw last night and what we saw against Sunderland, and things don't improve, inevitably they have to think about the next manager. Nuno, I mean, you're right, what a job he's done at Forest.
Oh,
and the Forest fans will be listening to this thinking, how have we got to a situation where we were 2 or 3 games away potentially having Champions League football last season, and now we're not even 2-3 games into the next season, and they're talking about getting rid of him because they've fallen out. And, you've got, somehow, there's got to be some joined-up thinking between head of recruitment, which Edu is, or director of football, if you want to call him. Marinakis is the guy that pulls the shots. By the way, how's he still putting all the shots when he put his shares in trust? I don't quite understand how that works, but here we go. And Nuno, to give a press conference like that, I'm looking at that, reading, thinking, well, he's coming out, he's just telling everyone, how can we come out and say we don't talk anymore, that the relationship has broken down? If you break down with Marinakis, what I know.
Yeah. Look, we've got to go back to Jake Robson because Bukayo Saka looks like he's picked up an injury.
49 minutes played. It's Arsenal 3, Leeds 0, and it is Bukayo Saka trudging off. He looks absolutely downtrodden as he chats to Declan Rice. He's got his hand over his mouth. You know the way the players do it. He's had some treatment. He sat on the floor while the play was going on. The referee blew his whistle, which normally is a bad sign. And when it's someone like Saka walking himself off the pitch, he had his hand on his right quad. I don't know if that is what the injury is, but it's certainly some kind of injury that he can't carry on. At the beginning of this second half, he looks gutted, the poor lad. He's going off. A high five for Leandro Trossard, who's replacing him. He's now talking to Mikel Arteta, again with his hand over his mouth in front of us, shaking his head, and he's trudging off down the tunnel. That is not a good sign for Arsenal and England fans. I was going to say it was a bit innocuous, but he'd been on a run with the ball a bit earlier on, and then he's pulled up as he's played a pass off to Calafiori, whose shot was blocked, and then he sat down on the floor. He's gone off. We will be getting confirmation of exactly what that is at full time when we speak to Mikel Arteta. The headline is Bukayo Saka has gone off injured 4 minutes into this second half. Arsenal 3, Leeds 0.
Yeah, it definitely looks muscular, so he knew straight away.
Yeah, that is going to be...
He knew straight away.
Yes, you can see the way he pulls up. You can't, from that, work out what muscle it might be.
They've got Liverpool away
Jake
next Sunday.
There. Say again?
They've got Liverpool away next Sunday.
It's a big... And I feel for the boy because you got the England squad coming up to be 2 games in, or not even a game and a half into the season.
Yeah.
On what is a World Cup year. For him to pick up an injury so soon...
You'd rather get it out of the way.
No, but then you've got to get yourself back fit again. And then you're still actually 2 games, you still find your fitness. I know it's not pre-season.
He's starting to pick up a few injuries now, Saka, isn't he?
Yeah, and
he's played a lot of football.
It's a
worry for him, because he's a young kid.
It is a worry for him.
He played a lot, He played a lot of football as a young kid.
Yes, it is.
And all of a sudden now you're starting to see him pick up injuries. I hate to see him become one of them players that we, can't put a
Well, he might be
season
one of those
together.
players that, when you
gotta look after him.
When you do take a 3-0 lead, he might be one of those to take at the firing line. But I've noticed that Enzo Maresca at Chelsea, he's doing that with Reece. He will take Reece off or start Reece on the bench as he did last night. And Reece is still finding his feet. Reece has had injury problems.
Yeah, well, he's terrible.
Completely devastated 2.5, 3 years of his season.
Yeah.
And it might be one of those that he has to be managed, micromanaged. 3-0 up. Do we need Saka on the pitch? Get him off. It's horrible to say that because you want to play 90 minutes.
Well, they've got good players around, Maduaki's, it looks like Maduaki's gone out there, which is...
And they have cover.
Exactly why you've signed him. All these Arsenal fans who didn't want Maduaki, this is exactly why you signed him.
100%.
And you've got Eze as well.
You've got Trossard who's just come off the bench.
Yeah, they're in good shape, let's be honest. Let's go to Daniel, who's a Nottingham Forest fan. All right, Dan?
All right, Danny boy.
Yeah, Ryan.
Right, matey.
Dan, what's going on?
Yeah. Say again, mate, sorry.
What's going on with this relationship?
You tell me. It's unbelievable, isn't it, to be fair?
Disappointing, because I love Nuno, what he's done there.
Yeah, fantastic job, hasn't he? He's talked to Sinatra a job, hasn't he, in the long run. I think he's talked to himself with his press conference and whatnot.
Yeah, I think he's asking for the sack with that presser. I think he's basically telling everyone, he's hanging Nottingham Forest's dirty washing out in public, and
exactly that.
And I think it's a matter of time now, because now you hear rumours that they're looking for a new manager.
Mourinho's the talk.
Yeah, Mourinho. Well, I mean, I'd love to see Jose back in the Premier League, but I don't know whether
outdated maybe.
We've got to go back to the Emirates here. Jake Robson.
Arsenal 4, Leeds 0, 56 played. It's a second goal of the match for Jurrien Timber. And guess what? It's come from a corner. It wasn't headed in this time like the first one, but the ball has been recycled. Calafiori was involved as well. His header just back into the melee, and Timber was there to turn it in from close range. Another one the keeper had no chance with, but the defending from Leeds, it's got to be better than that. You're coming up from the Championship. Give yourself a fighting chance. They've now conceded 4. Rice has swung in another Arsenal corner. We're used to seeing this. The ball was then headed down, I think initially by Timber, recycled, and there was Calafiori to poke it to the right back, and he was still there, and he's whacked it in. Leeds, I mean, they look absolutely finished already. I mean, there's only 56 minutes played on the clock. Timber's got his second. It's all over here for sure. Arsenal 4, Leeds 0.
What a messy goal that is to concede.
Yeah, Leeds are having their pants pulled down here, and it's again, Arsenal. They are geniuses at corners. Yeah. They put balls in the box. They cause absolute chaos. It's the second. They scored a goal away at Old Trafford last week, which won them a game. They scored 2 goals from a set piece again. Okay, it's not direct, but the ball leads all over the place at the back. And you and I just having a conversation. And you said in the break. Sorry, I said when we just heard that update from Jake. The away teams that get promoted when they're away, and they play away in the Premier League. It's a tough gig, that, mate. And this is a Leeds side. They're looking at handball, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be handball. This might be disallowed. We'll go back to Jake.
It's a little bit harsh, I think. It's a bit harsh if it's not given, to be honest with you, because it's not directly comes off his arm and it's recycled. The ball hits the hand as opposed to the other way around, but we'll find out in a second. But
can we go back to Daniel, the Nottingham Forest fan? Dan, look, sorry for cutting you off, but Arsenal just keeps scoring goals.
No worries, you're doing your job. I appreciate that.
But look, I'd be amazed if Ange Postecoglou comes in at Nottingham Forest. That is talk. I don't know how real that is, but that's the complete opposite of what Nuno is.
Yeah, negative football, isn't it? You know, you're a Tottenham bloke. You know what's going on. No, I'd keep Nuno personally. To be fair, if we could.
Yeah, I know, but
that interview's damning. It's a damning indictment.
30 seconds ago, yeah. And repeat, he's talked himself out of a job, hasn't basically.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is distance himself when it all goes wrong, if it does go wrong, because he's obviously feeling like the relationship's strained and he's not happy for whatever reason that is. And if the results start to show on the football pitch, he's distancing himself from the blame. He's letting people know early.
Yeah, but results aren't. We beat Brentford last week.
No, that's what I mean. They've been good. You've got a good side.
Fantastic season, the best season probably since the Clough era. Yeah, that's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't knock him regards what he's done. Like I say, and repeat, his press conference, he's talked himself after a job. And Marinakis is ruthless, isn't he? Do
you like Marinakis?
How can I not? When I started watching them, we're playing Yeovil away.
Yeah.
How can you not like Marinakis?
No,
Do you know what I mean? He's put his money where his mouth is, hasn't he? Basically.
Well, he's got the club's best interests at heart, and he fights for the club.
Of course he has.
But
it's tit for tat, isn't it?
But have you heard what I heard earlier? I said, Daniel, that Edu is part of the issue as well.
Yeah, I read it on Twitter and stuff. Okay. I'd say Marinakis he can't win really. He's got either picks Edu or Nuno. That's where the conversation is at, isn't it?
All right, Dan, listen, mate, thanks for your call. That goal did stand. It is 4-0 to Arsenal. That was a look at some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Right, keep the calls coming in. 03 717 22 3344. Keep your calls coming in on Game Day phone in 03 717 223344. Brentford manager Keith Andrews has been speaking with talkSPORT's Ian Abrahams after his team got their first win of the season, beating Aston Villa 1-0 at the G-Tech.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How big a day is this in your footballing career?
Yeah, it's pretty significant. Probably hasn't sunk in yet because I've been so focused, and I always am focused on the team, really. I got asked what my individual goals were for the season. It's not really about me as an individual. It's about the team and gaining confidence in what we're doing, and ultimately how you do that is getting results. Pre-season went pretty well considering some of the issues that we had behind the scenes and all the changes that we've had to navigate. But I am immensely proud. But I go back to it's the group. It's the game's always about players and fans. Ultimately, I'm big on that. I always have been because I was a fan. I am a fan myself. But I am immensely proud of where this team has come in the space of a week, really, and how they've had to deal with some outside noise and the character they've shown today, which represents us.
So I first met you as a player, then as a pundit, now obviously as a manager. And I guess the question I want to ask you is, it would have been hard enough to do this job if Thomas Frank had left, and then only if Norgard had left, and then only if Norgard and Burma had left, and not Visser kicking off as well. How, in other words, how tough a job have you had right from the word go in your first job as a manager?
Yeah, I think going back to it, far from ideal. I think that's the reality, but I am a realist, and for me it's pretty soon into my reign, I suppose. It was one thing at a time, one day at a time. I think that's all you can do.
Yeah, it's Keith Andrews speaking after the game. I want to go back to Jake Robson. It's a big moment for Max Downham, who's just made his debut for Arsenal.
Absolutely massive. 64 minutes on the clock. It's still Arsenal 4, Leeds 0. And as you just said, Max Downham, 15 years old, has made his Premier League debut. He's come off the bench as part of a triple substitution. Mosquera, the new signings, also come on, and Lewis Skelly, Madueke, Calafiori and Urian Timber, the players to make way. But what a moment for him. He was given obviously a standing ovation as the man on the PA system came home and said number 56, Max Downham. A fantastic moment for him. He makes his debut. That's the big news so far around the Emirates. Before this point, it's been all Arsenal. Arsenal 4, Leeds 0.
That's unbelievable. 15.
The clips we've seen, he looks an unbelievable prospect. 15 years of age, and I've seen clips of him in pre-season. He had a lot of game time, and because of that injury to Saka, and
he wants to protect Madueke now. He took him off.
And that's what I made the point earlier. Maybe that's the Saka situation. He needs to manage his minutes, even at this early stage of the season. He might, when he comes back. 3-0 up at home to Leeds. Does he need to play Saka? That's the question he might have to ask himself, Arteta. In the end, he's made the call now. Unfortunately for Saka and England and Arsenal, he looks like he's going to miss the international squad. But
another cab off the rank now for Arsenal.
Honestly, their academy's insane. And you've got Nyenweri, you've got Lewis, Skelly. What a player he looks, by the way. And Saka's still a baby, really.
Yeah.
In terms of, he's got another 10 years at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Exciting times for their academy. Well done.
Yeah. Talking of Brentford, let's go to Richard. He's a Brentford fan. All right, Rich?
Hello, boys. How are we doing?
I'm good, mate. Look, that's a massive result that today. Needed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, that was really up there for me. One of our sort of most important wins. Really feel sorry for Keith Andrews, what he's had to put up with over the last few weeks with the old Wisser situation, and everyone sort of taking the mickey out of him. Being a set piece coach and sort of already writing us off for relegation with Thomas Frank going and Waymo going, Norgard going. But yeah, we got some good fight in that squad, and they really did show it today. Like you said, should have been 2-0 before half time. That was an absolutely ridiculous.
Honestly, were you at the game?
Yeah, Rich? I was there, yeah.
Right, okay, let me tell you, it's worse than you think. It's worse than you think. It's not a foul. In fact, Martinez bumps into... Who did he bump into? Who was the one that was alleged to have fouled him?
It was Collins.
Right, he bumps into Collins. Yeah. He jumps into Collins.
Did you see the VAR description? It was a careless challenge by Collins.
No, it's rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
It's outrageous, mate.
It's rubbish. It's a good goal.
Yeah.
It's bang out of order. It's bang out of order.
He's had about three chalked off for things like that now, Damsgaard. Every goal he scores seems to get disallowed for a ridiculous reason. But yeah, we showed some. Yeah, we needed that after last week. We were struggling against Forest. Admittedly, we were terrible in the first half, but we had some good players. Great to see Henderson. Henderson had a great half today, and Sharda starting made all the difference. And it was Ouattara as well. Great to see him get off the mark with a goal on his debut.
What represents a good? I still think you're going to have a tough season. Right, I still think. I'm not saying relegation, but I think you're going to be bottom half, and I think it's going to be a tough season. What do you expect?
Yeah, I would still just take staying up this season. Definitely, it really is the biggest season of transition that we've had since going up. We've only got sort of like 4 of what was our championship squad left now in the team. It's been a massive change around. So if Keith Andrews can keep us in the league, then I'll take that. I'll take that. At Forest, I do think it's absolutely. Try and get out of that.
All right, Rich. Look, it's a massive result. That, by the way, was Aston Villa.
Yeah, Aston Villa were well below par.
Poor performance that from them,
and they were poor against Newcastle first game of the season. And I don't know whether you remember, he had a bit of a pop at Sam Matface, didn't he?
Unai Emery.
Yeah, he had a bit of a dig at him. One of the questions wasn't happy, and I just wonder whether this is a season that Aston Villa struggled slightly, and look, they've still got some brilliant players, but I'd love to know what Villa fans think, because
I want to know. I haven't had a Villa fan.
They put in 2 pretty
bang average,
dodgy performances so far.
Dodgy,
mate.
Dodgy Villa,
mate. They are. They look a bit dodgy.
Top draw analysis you get here on talkSPORT.
Dodgy.
Villa look dodgy.
Okay, I want a Villa fan to phone me up and you and say we're not dodgy. They look dodgy, mate.
All right, let's take a look at the latest odds in the 5:30 game, all thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, this game's over. It's 4-0 to Arsenal. Betting has been suspended on Arsenal to win. The draw's 500 to 1. Leeds to win is 500 to 1. That's pointless. Eventful game, though. Gyökeres off the mark. First goal. Max Dowman debut at 15. Saka, bit of an injury. Don't know what. It looked like a hamstring that he was holding. Arsenal fans can have their say. He'll start phoning in soon, I'm sure. That's all thanks to Betfair 18+. We go and dog.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Right, keep the calls coming in. You want to have your say on today's performances? 03 717 22 33 44. You're listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Horan, Jason Cundy. 037122234 is the number to call. You can have your say on any of today's football. The Rory Jennings Show follows us from 7:30. Then it's Fight Night with Adam Catchell at 9. But right now we're continuing to take your calls. The Premier League living up to its reputation after only 8 days back.
5 or 6 yards of Richarlison's away. He is down the right-hand side, a long ball, and he's got Johnson in the centre. He's going to give it to Johnson, who arrives and smashes it beyond the goalkeeper. The offside flag is up, though, but they have given the goal because it was onside. Just and Tottenham lead at Manchester City once again. Oh, given away stupidly by Trafford. Here's Richarlison. This should be 2-0. Polinia, it is 2-0. It's terrible from Trafford. It's a meltdown from Manchester City, and Tottenham Hotspur take full advantage. Well, he's looked nervy, hasn't he, right from the start of the game, James Trafford. He didn't get away with this one, it's awful. Well, everybody was laughing at Spurs this week. They ain't laughing now.
And it's Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0. Marcus Tavernier with a goal after only 4 minutes.
Josh Cullen with the goal, and Burnley have come out very brightly in this second half. It's Burnley 1, Sunderland 0.
It's Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. Dango Ouattara on his debut.
Great start for Brentford. Aston Villa really in trouble.
Burnley have sealed it here at Turf Moor.
Burnley 2, Sunderland 0, and it's Jadon Anthony. He outpaced the back line of Sunderland, got into the 18-yard area, just dinked the ball around Robin Rueffs and slided the ball into the roof of the net. This place is rocking.
Yeah, that's how it sounded. Premier League action today on the talkSPORT network. We're going to check in with Jake Robson now.
Minutes played, it's Arsenal 4, Leeds 0. 2 goals either side of half-time for the Gunners. A Timber header, 11 to the break from a Rice corner. Then Saka smashed in injury time. Then it was just a couple of minutes after the break, a brilliant solo goal, his first for the club from new signing Victor Gyökeres. Then a bit of bad news. Bukayo Saka leaving the pitch with what appears to be, it looks like a left hamstring injury. Really bad news for Arsenal. But that didn't stop the goals from coming, because a few minutes later, Timber poked home from another corner, his second of the game. Arsenal's second from a corner, and it gives them a 4-0 lead. Another bit of news to bring you is a debut for 15-year-old Max Dowman, who's come off the bench for the Gunners this afternoon. All smiles, the Arsenal fans. The atmosphere, certainly until the fourth goal went in, has been absolutely fantastic for them. Leeds, well, they're just hoping really not to concede any more. A bad afternoon for Leeds. It's Arsenal 4, Leeds 0.
Right, now time for this.
O'Hara and Cundy's weekend winners and losers.
Yes, time of the weekend we pick 3 winners and 3 losers from the weekend's play. Jace, we're starting with winners.
We're going to start with the winners, and we're going to start with your gaffer, Thomas the Frank Engine.
Oh, he's on fire, the boy.
Rocking and rolling, rocking up to Manchester City. A brilliant performance.
Rock and roll star.
It was a measured, professional performance. Didn't overcommit. Took their time as and when opportunities came. Manchester City, they were very disappointed, but you've got to give it to Spurs today, because how good they were. This is better than performance I felt in the 4-0 victory away last year, where you've got Big Ange that can just play. He plays rock and roll football, but it's cavalier all over the place. Today was measured, calculated, controlled.
Yeah.
So a brilliant performance. So Thomas the Frank Engine is going in first.
Absolutely.
Keith Andrews, congratulations to him. He gets his first ever Premier League victory as manager. Brentford, they were good value for it. Only won 1-0, could have been and should have been 2.
Yeah.
Aston Villa very disappointed, but credit to them. That's a big win, because they were very poor away at Forest last weekend. So it's going to be a long season for them, but well done him. Another Frank, Super Frankie Lampard, goes in as a winner.
Oh, yes.
7-1 winners.
7-1.
So today at Coventry, their ground has been secured. They've got their home now, permanent fixture. Frank Lampard's team rock up. Paul QPR's pants are getting a good old spanking. Good old spanking.
Was a proper
7-1. So congratulations to him.
Wasn't dodgy from them today.
Wasn't dodgy from them, mate.
No.
There's nothing dodgy about that. Thomas the Frank Engine, Keith, we've got managers.
Yeah. What about losers?
The losers, we're going managers again. Pep.
Oh,
Pep.
Pep. What's going on with Pep?
What's happening, matey?
He's all over the gaff.
Yeah.
Terrible from them.
Yeah, it's not good. They were excellent against Wolves, but
dodgy.
Dodgy, mate.
Dodgy.
Dodgy.
They were dodgy.
They were very dodgy today. Who else is there? Oh, QPR gaffer. Another dodgy. It's all gaffers.
Yeah, it's all gaffers,
Julian
mate.
Steffen, right?
All gaffers today.
All the gaffers, mate. They're all winners and losers, but yeah. They had their pants pulled down. We spoke to a QPR fan, left before half-time. Got home, mate, when the game was just coming to an end. Yeah, that's a bad day out for QPR.
Bad day.
Bad day out for them. And Stoke striker. So for those that don't know...
Go on.
Right? Divin Mubama, he got sent off for a second yellow for going around the goalkeeper, trying to win a penalty and dived. He got a second yellow.
He had an open goal.
There was a covering defender, but he could stay on his feet and get his shot away.
Yeah, but so you put him in. They won the game and they're top.
Mate, he gets sent off for that, mate. He'll wake up tomorrow morning thinking, why am I diving there? Why don't I? I've gone round the goalkeeper. There's no It's a terrible dive. No contact.
You've got an open goal.
Finish.
Just put it in the net. What is that? We see that a lot.
No,
it's just a natural reaction now that they think, I could go down and try and win a penalty, and they forget that they've actually got an open goal.
And he's also forgot, it was on a yellow.
Stinker. Special mention for Max Dowden?
You know what? A special honorary mention for Max Dowden, who's made his debut at 15 years of age.
He's doing all right.
He's a winner. He's not a loser. You can't put him. He's 15 making his debut. Yeah, congratulations to him, his family, and everyone connected with Arsenal's academy, because that is some achievement. Come on, he's still got. He came on just around about 65 minutes. I think it was. What a 64 it was. Yeah, what a day for him. 15 years of age, and I've got a good friend of mine, a big gooner, who is of the opinion. Right, don't shoot me down.
Oh, here we go.
Don't shoot me down. He's of the opinion that Max Dowman could force his way into this England squad for the World Cup. All I'm doing, Jay, don't look at me like that.
Stop talking garbage.
Jay, I'm just passing the message. Don't. Well, we saw. How old was Theo Walcott?
He's got GCSEs to do.
How old was Theo Walcott? When he went with Sven, right?
He was
It's
young.
happened before. Right? All I'm saying is, a good friend of mine, I'm not going to name him, good friend of mine, believes that he has the potential to be, and look.
Dodgy friend, that.
Dodgy friend.
It's a dodgy friend, that, giving you that sort of info.
No, that's his opinion. No opinion is wrong, Jay.
No.
He's got a chance. That's all he says. He's got a chance,
Okay.
right?
All right. That was the weekend's winners and losers.
Dodgy.
O'Hara and Cundy's weekend winners and losers.
Right, let's go to a West Ham fan. Chris. All right, Chris?
All right, Chris.
Hello, boys.
How are you, Chris? Are you good?
Matey.
Great show. No, it's not been great last night.
Sorry about last night, Chris. Sorry about that,
well,
mate.
it's one of those things. I was West of Blind. I was walking with my guide dog, and oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that word.
You can't
swear, Chris.
No,
Come
sorry.
on, mate.
Can't swear, mate.
Yeah. Well, Mick, I meant to say Mick. Listen, what the point I was trying to say is that last Spurs supporter, he really gets on my wit. All right,
GJ.
you can have one of our best player, but I'll have his manager. Tongue in the cheek. Come on.
Ain't happening,
Tongue in the
mate.
cheek.
Sorry,
Go on.
pal.
Say
Chris.
to that Spurs, yeah.
You're all over the gaff, mate. Everyone wants to leave.
Well, look, come on, Jake. Look, I'm West Ham through, my friends. Yes, we're having a bad start, very bad start. We'll get a couple of players this week before the window close. We'll be struggling, but we won't go down. Come on, we won't go down, boys.
You can go down this season, Chris.
I wouldn't bet against that, Chris.
You can definitely go down this season. You're terrible.
Yeah, we'll be struggling, yes. We'll be struggling, but I don't think we'll go down.
No, but how's that acceptable, though? From where, like, when I see a stat, I think I see something today. David Moyes, when he left, he was 9th.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Look, listen, we've got to move on. We've got to move on, my friend. It's going to take time.
Oh, I know, but this ain't moving on, is it?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we had a very bad start, but we just need a couple of and then we can turn it round. But I've got good news for you, Jamie. 13th of September, West Ham going to beat Tottenham. We'll be fired up for that one. We'll be fired up. I'm telling you now, my friend.
Maybe. We'll see.
Shame I'm going to miss that because I'm on my way to Cyprus on that night. So I'll be landing in Cyprus in Larnaca. West Ham 2, Tottenham 1. How about that, my friend?
Well, we'll see, mate.
Well, listen, we got Wolves on Tuesday night in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Right? If he loses that, and then you're away at Forest Honestly, the pressure.
We're getting a point at the moment.
No.
We'll
Then
be
you've got
under
Spurs, and you've got Palace, Everton away. Honestly, Arsenal away.
Yeah, but we do well against Arsenal, don't we?
Honestly, I don't see.
Can't see when you're going to get a point.
No.
Chris, listen, mate, top man, thanks for phoning in. Let's go to Danny. He's a Leeds fan. He's phoned us up. Right, Dan?
Right, Danny boy.
Yeah, evening, Chuck.
Oh, you don't sound
Danny, you sound terrible,
too
mate.
bright.
Don't sound great. So, have you not checked the score?
Yeah.
No, we're playing Arsenal.
Thank you for bringing me away from the game. We're terrible.
Yeah, you ain't been great. You started all right. First half hour, I thought you'd done
All
okay.
right. I think the issue is he's got it all wrong. I mean, he waited till we were 4-0 down to bring on the two players who should have started. He should have started with Longstaff. We started with Gruev. Gruev gave away one of the goals.
A bit odd,
Gruev wasn't even a regular starter in the Championship. He certainly wasn't good enough in the Championship. We signed Longstaff. We signed all these players, and he's already started.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. You signed a player that's got Premier League experience, and not to start him. You brought him on at 58 minutes. What's he going to do on 58?
Exactly.
Yeah,
so I honestly don't really know. I mean, the worrying thing is, it's kind of like watching, if you remember when Norwich were in the Premier League with Barker, today was a little bit like watching them. You know, I know
but you got to have a bit of a reality check here, mate. Like, come on, I know you come up as champions, right? And you're a good side. Last week, performance was brilliant. You're playing against Arsenal, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they could be the champions this year.
I get that, and I don't really think anyone thought we were going to really get anything. But to start, we didn't give ourselves a chance. Well, I'd say Farke didn't give us a chance. Just the squad he's chose. And the problem is, we should have made the change at half time when it was still kind of within reach of 2-0, but he didn't. He left the same players on. And Arsenal, they've lost quite a few players. They're certainly not their full strength team. They didn't really come out of
but this is Arsenal. This is a good side.
It's a good side, but you've got to give yourself a chance against these teams. And he's spent a lot of money, and he's not starting these players.
You're up against Timber, Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. This team, it's full of internationals. It's littered with internationals.
Again, but you've got to give yourself a chance. You've got to start these players who you've signed for quite a bit of money, and he hasn't, and he's not going to change them either. And if I think
he'll have to after watching today's performance, Dan. I mean, it's been terrible, so you're going to have to look at it. But I thought you were good last week. I thought you played brilliant.
We were good last week, but Norwich had a couple of good home games as well in the Premier League. If I'm the owner, I'm keeping an eye on Forest. Because I'm telling you now, if Nuno goes, I'm not saying get rid of Farke now.
Oh, it's exactly what you're saying. That's exactly what you're saying, Danny boy.
Well, I don't want to see us get 4 or 5 every week.
No, but what you're saying is, if Nuno goes, you would swap him straight away for Farke.
Any fan would. Any fan of any team would. You would be insane not to. Of course you would.
All right, Dan, listen, mate, thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. 03717 223344. There's only a few days left to enter our VIP competition. NFL returns to Wembley in October. Los Angeles Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box with full hospitality plus $5,000 spending money. But it all ends on Monday, so be quick. Here's how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
kid.
No shame.
Oh, I wonder why.
Can't believe you messaged Noel. That's scandalous, mate. What they've won over the last 7 or 8 years, right? And you've won one trophy that
they always win there. It gets a bit boring winning at the old Etihad.
You can't be dishing stick, mate.
What do you mean? It's a massive result.
You're shameless.
Massive result. European champions.
You're shameless, mate.
Rock up. No. Beat Man City.
You've got no shame. You need to be humbled. Let me see when you're going to get humbled. Can't wait for Spurs to get humbled. When are you getting humbled?
Spurs flying high, but let's look ahead to tomorrow's Premier League action with Sky Sports.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now. Like Fulham versus Manchester United live tomorrow. Search Now Sports. 18 plus stream via internet. Terms apply.
By the way, you're second in the table now. Arsenal have now gone top.
Yep. All right, well done. Yep, we'll go to full time for them. Big weekend, though, still to come. Palace v Forest, Everton v Brighton, Fulham Man United. And on Monday night is a biggie as well. It's a new. Is that a penalty? Oh, it's a penalty. Let's go to Jake Robson.
Max Dammers
Arsenal 4, Leeds 0. It's the second minute of the 5 added on the clock. And the person to win it, the 15-year-old debutant, Max Dowman. Can you believe it? Jared Gillett took a bit of a time, actually, to collect his thoughts and decide whether he wanted to give it. Dowman down on the floor, stacked the man who caught him, definite contact. Gillett eventually pointed to the spot. You can't imagine that the 15-year-old's going to be allowed to take it. Certainly not. Declan Rice with the ball in his hand as it stands. I don't know if they're going to be waiting for a check or if Rice is just taking his time, but certainly the referee is in consultation with a couple of players. But Max Dowman, the 15-year-old who came on midway through the second half, winning the penalty, a dream debut really for him, apart from scoring a goal. And we are waiting. Declan Rice with the ball in his hands. Is it going to be him? Is it going to be Victor Gyökeres? Victor Gyökeres, the third goal scorer of the 4 here this afternoon, 3 minutes after the break. A brilliant solo goal for his opening Arsenal goal this season since he joined. We are just waiting. It must be being checked by VAR. Gillett with his finger to his ear, but no, he points to the spot. He's obviously received a message that there is no reason for the goal, or for the penalty I should say, to not be awarded. Rice with the ball in his hands, and right on cue he passes it over to the number 14, Victor Gyökeres. So it is going to be Gyökeres with the chance to double his tally after, as I said, getting his opening Arsenal goal a little earlier on after a lacklustre showing, if we're honest, in the game against Manchester United last week. He scored one this afternoon. Is he going to get a second? He wipes a bit of mud off one of his boots, his left boot, with his right hand. He now waits, combs back his hair with his hands, takes a deep breath in. It's going to be right-footed Victor Gyökeres, the new Arsenal signing. Jared Gillett just ordering some of the Leeds players back behind the 18-yard box, and the referee now moves his way to the side of the penalty area. He blows his whistle. Up steps Gyökeres and slams it into the bottom left-hand corner. A ferocious penalty from the Arsenal front man, and he goes over with his now customary celebration, the thumbs up to his eyes, to the crowd over to my left-hand side. The flags are waving, the crowd is clapping. Pure delight. Who would have thought this a week ago after that performance against Manchester United? A brilliant solo effort just after half-time, and he's buried a penalty into the left-hand corner. Goalkeeper Perry, absolutely no chance. It was fired off his right foot. The crowd have gone berserk. We've got a couple of minutes left of time added on here. It's Arsenal 5, Leeds 0.
Yeah, big win for them. Just talking about the weekend's games, we've got Palace v Forest, Everton, Brighton, Fulham, Man United, and then Liverpool, Newcastle will be taking calls after that on the Sports Bar, which is a big game. What do you want to talk? Look, Palace v Forest, obviously there's a bit of needle between Marinakis and Nuno's. Interesting, but Palace without Eze now, would you see it?
Palace are good, mate. I saw them at Stamford Bridge. This will be a tough game for Forest. They're well organised. They do that 3 at the back as good as anything I've seen, well organised and carry a threat going forward. Obviously, Eze is going to be a big miss. Mark Gahey keeping him is huge. I think Palace gets something out of this, mate. I do. I don't see Forest going there and winning. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a draw, this one.
Everton, Brighton. I mean, first game at home for Everton in the new stadium.
I mean, all of a sudden, David Moyes is under a little bit, isn't he? I know that they got beat. They weren't great against Leeds. In fact, they were terrible. First game in the new stadium. They want to try and make it their own, but it's the first time anyone's played there. So it's a little bit like a neutral ground.
We've got to go back to Jake Robson. It's full time.
Arsenal 5, Leeds 0. That is how it's finished. A procession at the Emirates this evening as Arsenal make it 2 from 2. A fourth season in a row they've won their opening couple of matches. It was 2 before half-time that set them on their way, and 2 after, shortly after, that more or less finished it. The first was from, yes, you guessed it, another Arsenal corner, swung in by Rice, 11 to the break, and there was right-back Jurrien Timber with a glancing header. Added time in the first half saw goal number 2 when Saka smashed past Perry from just outside the 6-yard box. The third, just after the break, was probably the most popular, as Victor Gyökeres opened his Arsenal account after a poor showing last week, and to be fair, it was a brilliant solo effort to saw the front man beat a couple of Leeds players before finishing past Perry. The fourth was soon after. Timber again from a corner. This time he poked it home after it was recycled. Another Rice corner. And the fifth, you just heard it not long ago. 5 minutes into added time at the end of the match. A thunderous penalty from Victor Gyökeres. He has 2 now for his Arsenal account since moving in the summer. Arsenal 2 from 2. Leeds, where do they go from here? It's Arsenal 5, Leeds 0.
Yeah, massive result for Arsenal. It's a big statement, say, for title challenges.
Look, I think Arsenal are going to win the title, mate. I hope I'm wrong. I tipped them last year and the year before. I'm going to go again, mate. Hopefully finish second. Third year.
It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
I think that they just feel a bit more complete right now, I think, Arsenal.
Yeah,
I genuinely think they're going to win the title.
Just lastly, Fulham v Man United in weekend's action.
Man United win that.
I think Man United look good against Arsenal. They need a result. They need a win.
Fulham's. There's something about Fulham at the moment. Marco Silva's sending out messages. It doesn't seem to be quite a harmonious camp. I'm going to go for a Man United win there. I think they're going to win 2 or 3.
Okay. All right, that was a look ahead to tomorrow's Premier League action. Don't forget that with Now you can stream the Premier League flexibly with a Now Sports Day all-month membership, 18+, stream via internet. Terms apply.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now, like Fulham versus Manchester United live tomorrow. Search Now Sports, 18+, stream via internet. Terms apply.
And thanks for all your calls over the last 2 hours. We're back on the Sports Bar, 10 p.m. Monday reacting. Newcastle v Liverpool is live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Keep your calls coming in now, though, because up next, Rory Jennings.